Greetings, most honorable listeners and masters of the martial arts. I am Travis.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Big Los.
And this is CTE, and this is going to be an experience for you. And just so you guys know, it is Fight Week, and we are sponsored by the Virtual Fight Tour. And coming up this Saturday, September 18th, is Virtual Fight Tour 10, the anniversary show. We have, I believe, was 6 fights. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fights. Amazing martial artists on display, plus 2 performances or demonstrations, whichever way you want to call it. And that's coming up September 18th. So make sure you get your tickets at vfttv.myuventex.kazan. And so since today is technically Tuesday, when you guys will be listening to this, there's something that's actually happening. It's called Versus. It's Fat Joe versus Ja Rule. It's tonight, people. If y'all listen to this after Tuesday, I don't know what to tell y'all. But some of y'all are gonna be listening to Ja Rule, waiting for his happy songs. But for me, when I listen to Ja Rule, I always come back to his older song, his first album. Yeah.
Ja, yo. Respect that.
He had Jay-Z on these songs.
Gotta stop playing too.
This is one of the songs that made me hype. When I hear this, he play this when X come through. Man, if he play X, y'all got some stuff.
Is ready or what? Anytime, motherfuckers, ready or what?
Y'all gonna come out, man.
I don't think you are. I don't think so. They got my back against the building.
It used to build it up, man. It used to build it up.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what Joe got. I gotta put back in my playlist of what I
go.
Yeah, I mean, I started. So what I did was I went back and started listening to everybody's stuff like right before it. So I was like, because it was like an interesting, weird type of matchup to me. Because it was like there's two. Fat Joe been since like the early '90s, and Ja came like really it came at the late '90s. So I guess there is some overlap, but and then Joe was hot in the 06 and after Ja left. All right, well, after Ja's run of being at number 1 for so long, and 50 came in, but and then Fat Joe came in. It was kind of like he refound like stuff with Fat Joe and with DJ Khaled and everything. So it was an interesting time because it didn't seem like they had too much overlap. But so I went back and started listening to it, and I was like, yo, Fat Joe's
had some stuff.
He had some stuff, but he had stuff at the top. His top 5 is like just mean. Like it's just like, yeah, you're gonna be in trouble. He play this, he do this. That's gonna be it. But there also some of his Fat Joe's more commercial songs have Ashanti and Ja Rule in it. So, and it's like, oh, that's gonna be songs that you play at the end, and y'all are at like
just
combined like, oh yeah, we're friends. But he gonna have to do something different where he gonna have to do something to try and get the crowd on his side. But I don't think he can with Ja.
I think Ja he got some street stuff, like some stuff that really make you want to go out and do something. Like
Joe have to like pull out like feature joints. A lot of features with like pun and stuff like back then. So
honestly, that's all I remember of Fat Joe is when he was kind of coming out with pun. Like you mean some of the stuff that he was doing with pun, or like kind of after pun.
Well, the only thing I say is that they are going to be in New York, and certain songs hit differently in New York for them because it never got outside of New York. Like it's like it's big in New York, but we like
a lot a lot of the lock songs didn't get too far to New York, and they still was hits everywhere.
But yeah, but
they found their way out of New York.
That's what I'm saying. Fat Joe's gonna have to try and do that, but I think Ja is gonna be more the one who can handle that style. He can still go up against that. So it's just
it'd be interesting, but
yeah, it's gonna be interesting. All right, but that's enough for our hip hop takes. Let's get into let's just jump right into it. We're gonna review Virtual Fight Tour lineup. We're gonna talk about all 6 fights. We're gonna give our predictions of who's gonna fight. So with that being said,
what's it?
Oh, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make a window. Yeah. Oh, first things first. Well, it shouldn't. I guess it's not technically first. Let's welcome back Los, man.
Yes,
Los is back.
What's up, everybody?
Yeah,
I'm back.
Glad
they tried to hold me down, man. I got through it.
Yeah. So if you guys didn't know,
tough little week.
Los, the vid got to him. 19 got to him.
Los got the vid. Yeah.
He had to
I did well too, man. 18 months going hard, bro. Like 18 months going hard, man. Like we went hard. Like I mean, we had kids, we had people like that. It's like this last week of summer camp. Like it literally it hit our camp, it hit my family, it got everybody. So it's out there. Don't take it for granted.
Exactly.
Still doing what it does.
It is. Make sure I got this.
And the biggest thing is just a disruption, man. Like it disrupts everything.
It disrupts like your lifestyle or what you're used to doing.
Yeah. Just like once you start feeling better, you want to get moving, but you can't, like because you got a quarantine. Like not that you can, but you're not supposed to. Like you get what I'm saying? So just trying to follow that, and just kind of being disciplined as far as that goes, and just being a role model and leader. Like my people see me out and I'm not supposed to be out, I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
So
absolutely.
But you are so.
You doing
all right. So we are. Let's get this underway. We're going to share this so we can see exactly who is going to be fighting. Where one last thing. Where you guys are? There you guys are. Open. New tab. And now moving you there. All right. And now I just got to share the tab. And once I share the tab, you guys will be able to see it. A window or whatever. There we go. Here is the lineup that you guys will see. And what you guys will see. Ezekiel Pena versus Sharon Jefferson in the first fight. Then we'll have Team Ben's Academy versus Team ATL. Then the third fight will be Brianna Nurse versus Katie Lacey. The fourth fight will be Kevin Muniz versus Chris Walker. The fifth fight will be Team Ben's Academy, a different Team Ben's Academy, versus Team Diamond. And then James Poor versus John Corotolo. All righty, let's going to go right in order. So we're going to start off with Ezekiel Pena and Sharon Jefferson. Ezekiel is 23 years old, 135 pounds, 5'9", and his nickname is Pretty Boy. And then Sharon Jefferson is 21, 140 pounds, 5'10", and the Legendary Prodigy is his nickname. All right. I am not familiar with these two gentlemen, and I realized why, because when I saw they were 23, 21 years old, I was like, I think I would know these. Yeah, and then I saw, they're underbelts. Got it. Adult underbelts. Okay, got it. Now
so you don't pay attention to underbelts.
No. No.
You beltist.
Yeah, that's just
I mean, unless they go to Platinum Championship.
You watch juniors before they become adults, but you won't watch black belts.
No. I don't watch the juniors until they get to 16. I don't watch the juniors until they get to 16, 17.
Yeah, that's
what an underbelt is, right? Underbelt getting ready for black belt. That's what these guys are, right?
Yeah,
Or you don't know what
but
belt they are.
I have no I don't know. Just so no.
I mean, he's like the one kid is a legend prodigy.
Yeah, he is. He's a legendary prodigy.
It's true.
What does that mean?
I don't know, man. I don't know anything these days. He's a prodigy, of a legend.
That's legend.
So he's someone's son. And he's
I think he's the
son?
legendary. He's the
That makes him a
legendary
legend, or
prodigy.
he's
So that means, let's break this down. He's the prodigy.
because I'm confused.
He's a prodigy that is legendary.
He's a prodigy that is legendary.
Yeah, let's do it too much. Y'all are doing way too much for me right now.
There it is. He's a prodigy.
The prodigies of legend.
Is legendary. Okay, ain't no other prodigy ever been as legendary as Sharon Jefferson, brother.
Let's see. All
right.
So,
So the question at this, because I have not seen these two gentlemen, I do not know what their fight is going to look like. And because I don't know what their fight is going to look like, I can't really, I don't know, man. I don't know who to pick. It's a toss up, and based off these projections, looks like Virtual Fights were putting in some to ask people the crowd about who they think is going to win. And Sharon has 60% over Ezekiel's 40%. Thing is, I mean, that could be a little skewed because
depends on who voted and who saw it.
Yeah, who saw it, who voted. So you never know. So, but the crowd is saying Sharon is they believe the money is on Sharon. Okay, so you guys want to take a educated guess and this literally is just a guess because unless you guys know these gentlemen.
I'm not.
I don't know these gentlemen at all. I haven't seen. I haven't watched Underbelts in a while.
Oh, you gonna get on? You gonna get on me and you ain't watching not another Underbelt?
All
right, I'm gonna so for me, I don't really have any dog in the game, any real rhyme or reason, but I do have a reason why I'm gonna go against Ezekiel. Because I'm an Eagles fan and his name is Ezekiel and he's wearing blue. The Dallas colors are blue. I would not be picking Ezekiel to win this fight because Ezekiel don't show up when he's supposed to, and that's not going to happen in this fight. There you go. That's my right reason. That's what I'm picking. That's what I'm picking. I'm picking Sharon because his name is not Ezekiel. There you go.
All right.
Back.
You know where blue?
Because he's Ezekiel, wears blue, and so therefore he can't go for it. All right, Chris.
Man, that's the best.
Your logic of who? Which way you picking?
My logic is just by camp, solely on camp. I know how Next Level trains. I know they got a bunch of guys always ready and who've done this a lot. So Sharon is going to get my nod only due to that, to be honest with you. I hope Ezekiel shows up and I hope Sharon shows up and I hope it's a great fight because I don't really know what to expect either. But I'm hoping it's going to be a banger because these guys are young and they're underbelts and they're trying to like jump into that cusp like, hey, we're not that bad. We can do this too. Watch, we coming up next. So
I was curious. I was trying to see who Ezekiel trains with. I can't make it out, so I'm not sure. I guess I'm gonna have to go with you guys on this one because I don't know. I would assume since it's Next Level, he's in the back, he's in his own backyard, and I don't know where Ezekiel's from, so I guess I'll go with Sharon on this one. There you go. And it has nothing to do with the Eagles or the Lions or whatever. I should have gone with Ezekiel because he's wearing the Lions.
Yeah, y'all lost yesterday,
but
so I wouldn't have gone there. Y'all tie had not changed. It's the same as it always has been.
Hey, that's what I mentioned. But here's the thing. Actually, okay. So here's something that happened yesterday. My brother came over literally.
What happened was
my brother came over literally yesterday while I was recording Raw, right? And it was the end of Raw. And so my brother and I saw that the Rams had started playing. We had talked about the Rams, And I was like, yo, so Stafford's on the Rams. I said, my brother cannot stand Stafford. He thinks he's below average. He thinks he's not good. And all this other stuff. And then he always blamed everything. He says now it wasn't all he didn't blame all of it on Stafford, but every time he complained, it was always about Stafford. So yesterday we started discussing it and kind of arguing, and I wasn't paying attention to Raw while I was supposed to be recording, and they ended. And let's just say that I had to edit the ending because of what they were doing. At some point, Regina brought something on screen that is not safe for work. I was just like, okay. So yeah. So so that was that. All right, let's get back to these fights. Let's go to the next fight, which will be Team Ben's Academy versus Team ATL, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, that is correct. That is the next order. And that means it will be Shaq Porter and Justin Jones for Ben's Academy versus Trey Lazenby and Jalen Lazenby for Team ATL. All right. Gentlemen, I think you guys are more familiar with these four gentlemen. So what are we thinking about this? Did it not change?
Yes, you changed.
I don't know why mine is showing. Oh, okay.
Can you make it larger?
Yeah, I can make it larger. Hold on. A little bit better. You want more larger?
Yeah. No, that's good. I can see it.
Okay. Do that. All right. So, what do we think about this fight, gentlemen? Any thoughts? Chris, I'll let you go first. Last time Los went.
Yeah, these guys. I know Trey fought. I know Shaq, but I don't know if he fought Justin or not. But he just said when I talked to him last week, he had just fought them in a mirror kick.
Really?
And, yeah.
Oh, so they running it back.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, because ATL was in the finals against
Top 10.
Top 10, yeah. That was the last fight. So yeah.
That was the last fight. Okay.
Yeah, so they must have beat Benz, and they like, yo, run that back. Okay. We got a little bit of a grudge match then, people. Might be some sparks flying around this thing. And with everybody got to fight everybody in this fight.
Yes, they do.
So that means Trey has to fight both fighters, both Shaq and Justin, and Jalen has to fight both of those fighters. Shaq has to fight all of that. Everybody's gonna be a mixed match.
Everybody. This is gonna be good. Like I said, depending on how the lineups work out, this is a very interesting fight.
Yep.
These are going to be exciting matchups. I think the cage is going to affect a little bit of the movement and like you say, Travis, all the time. The mind when I go in here, I got to thump and I got to fight and I got to go. I got to score. I got to
And these gentlemen hit. They hit. So being in that ring, so it's going to be interesting if that mindset takes over. That aggressive mindset. So yeah.
So Los, what you got? What you taking on it? What you thinking?
Who you pick? You didn't pick. He said you had to pick first. I picked.
I'm picking.
You got to pick first.
I
was gonna let y'all. I was gonna let y'all do it.
I was just gonna break it down first, and I thought we was gonna discuss it. And I thought we was all gonna just take our takes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'm excited to see my man Justin get back out there, and see the Beast get back out there and cut loose and see what he do out there. I think Trey been a little more active than these other two guys. We'll start with that. And I think Jalen is a lot younger than these other two guys. So I think that's going to play a lot into what's going to happen. I think Team ATL has been a little more active than both the other two guys. So I'll be curious as to how that plays into the actual lineups and matches and everything, and how that plays out. I think it's gonna be a good fight. Like I said, it'd be great to see the Beast back out there doing what he does, and hopefully he can get loose. And that's my assessment of it.
So, all right. So in this fight, this is going to be interesting to me. just because I know how high paced Jalen is, right? Jalen is a high volume fighter, right? Which means that you can get up on people and then you can blow a lead. One, you can run out of gas in this fight. Not to mention, they're saying Shaq is 150. Is that what they're saying? Oh no, I thought Shaq was bigger than that.
I mean, Justin's 150.
Yeah, they say Justin's 150, but it also looks like it's saying Shaq is 150. Oh no, I always thought Shaq was bigger than that.
That's good. That's where they both used to fight in heavyweight.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well,
like, he might be. Yeah, because I thought Jalen would be the smallest fighter here, which means that you can tell that they're going to try and hit Jalen to make him, and he's going to might probably be the fastest one there, the youngest, probably the fastest one. So depending on how Jalen behaves while he's in that ring, so I could see the other ones taking their time a little bit more, even though they'll be pushing, but I could see them being a little bit more cerebral in it. And Jalen, to me, is going to be the one who's coming out there trying to score as many points as possible, and kind of push the action. Now, if his endurance can last, he can push Justin and Shaq to being push them to the red in their rounds and maybe get them out of condition. But it really depends on if they or if they're going to try and slow Jalen down and try and hit him and try and slow him down. So I think this is going to be interesting different styles between Jalen and the other three fighters. Yeah, I'm looking forward towards this fight, man. I'm just looking forward to it. All right, so let's make our predictions according to them. According to, if I'm not mistaken, this is a 50-50
split.
Yeah, on who people think is going to win. So
I go first on this one. I gotta go with home team. So it's Team ATL for me. They do the activity, style, and that's about it. Yeah, because but I'm going with Trey and Jalen.
All right, Team ATL for Chris. Los?
So I'm kind of the same boat as Chris. Yeah, man. Hello?
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah, so I'm kind of the same boat with Chris. You know what I mean? Like, as a hometown dude, like, you know what I mean? Obviously, I never go against, my boys, my family first, and then, where I'm from. But on this one, I'm going to go ATL. And the reason why I say that is because I believe these guys have been a little more active. In a high level active, so not just being out there, like they've been at some events. So I'm gonna go with that and hope and anticipate that's gonna help bring them through these matches that they're going into.
Yeah, that scares me saying that, because whenever the Benz team step inside these rings, they get busy. They get busy, man. So like, it's interesting. Yeah, because Shaq has fought a few times inside the Virtual Fight Tour, so he knows what to expect. Right. I believe this is Justin, Jalen, and Trey's first time, I think, fighting the Virtual Fight Tour, and so it's going to be interesting how they adjust to being in that cage, and with 3 other people in the ring. Well, actually, technically 4 other people in the ring, so it's 5 people in the ring at all times. That's going to be interesting. But I have to agree with you guys. They've been more active. So I think that second round of fighting that they have to do is going to play a part, because literally it comes down to who's fighting back to back.
Yep.
Who wins the toss and who fights back to back. So that's going to be interesting to see how they play this out. And that might be the deciding factor, to be honest with you. Whoever wins the toss will probably end up winning if they make the right person fight back to back. So that's going to be interesting. But I'm going to have to go with you guys. I'm going to go with Team ATL. and it's a slight win, but I think it's going to be. This one might come down to the last fight.
Oh yeah.
And somebody wins by 2. Let me ask you this: if it comes down to the last fight, do they? I can't remember. Do they change? Do they select who fights the overtime or first to win, or the 2 fighters who are last have to stay in there?
Ooh.
I can't remember how that works.
I don't know how they do that for a virtual fight, because I don't think we've encountered that yet.
Yeah, we haven't. We're gonna shoot that. We're gonna shoot Jesse a text and see if he gets back to us on that. Yeah. But that might come down to that, and that'll be interesting. If that does happen, this is a real quick question: who would y'all want to be your fighter from each person, each team?
The last fighter, I would want Trey.
Yep.
All right. And if it's if you're on Ben's, who would you want?
Whoever's hot that day, to be honest with you, because I would by my gut would say Justin, but since I haven't seen Justin in a while, as a smart coach, I'm going with whoever's hot on that day. But no matter what, I right now I want Trey.
I think Justin has more. I believe Justin has more experience.
Oh yes, no question.
And higher level fights. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I say that Shaq hasn't had that type of experience. He hasn't had the same type of atmosphere that Justin had been in. You know what I'm saying? So if I was to choose, I would want Trey to be my closer if he had the opportunity, and I would want Justin to, because I don't think, although Trey may get tired, I don't think it's gonna be the same exhaustion or energy loss that it could be from Jalen. Like, you mean, it could literally be like a straight depletion. Like, you mean, where Trey may have lost his conditioning before and still was able to manage and make stuff happen. You get what I'm saying? Because he's been there before.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. I would go with Trey versus Justin if it comes down to that. All right, let's go on to the next fight, which I believe would be the ladies, and it is Brianna Nurse versus Katie Lacey. I guess it's my turn to go first on the breakdown. Like we talked about last week, when they did the announcement, we talked about it. This is going to be interesting to me. This is a step up, I think, for Brianna and competition. Katie's is a vet, man. She's been around for a while. She's been winning. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit more on this one, because I want to see the accomplishments. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, there we go. All right. Multiple NASCAR lightweight grand championships for Katie. 2017 NASCAR overall grand champion. 2016 lightweight grand champion. 2016 King of New York overall. So yeah, and I think most of Brianna's has been in the juniors, I think. I'm not sure. Unless all of that is
no, 19.
2019 she would have been 16. She could have fought up. 2019 Philly overall, first place Battle of Atlanta, Leclerc's martial arts champions. 2019 Central Bay State. So a lot of these are local, so it could be she could have been fighting up in an adult. So, but we've seen Brianna numerous times, and Brianna gets busy. Katie gets busy. I'm going to be interested in seeing if I think Brianna's going to back Katie up in this fight. I think Brianna's going to control. I think Katie's going to be trying to make Brianna make mistakes. I think Brianna's going to be more of the aggressor in the fight, probably, and I think Katie's going to try and make Brianna make mistakes. If Brianna can control her aggression a little bit, I think she may win. But when it comes down to it, it's experience versus youth. All right. So what do you guys think about this fight?
I'm a little bit of the same boat with you there, Trav. Youth versus experience. I've seen Katie fight numerous times. Trained with her a few times. Katie's a fighter. But so is Brianna. and she brings youth and like you said, youth and not necessarily say aggression.
It's not really aggression. It's just she's gonna hit you.
Control. She's gonna press you forward. She's gonna push you back. She's gonna
It's aggression, but it's not. It's not like throwing a lot of techniques. Aggression, like it's not like Jalen's aggression, where its techniques are coming at you from all different angles. It's more I'm pressing you, and I'm in your space, forcing you to be uncomfortable. That type of aggression.
Right. Lowe's?
Katie is not Hope.
That is true.
And that's all I'm going to say on that one.
All right.
Right? Hope and Brianna fought, right?
That is, yes, they did.
Didn't they fight? That is true, right? Okay.
Katie that is true. Hope. Katie is not Hope. All right.
All
right.
It's not going to be the same kind of fight.
It's not.
Definitely.
It's not. All right. So we're gonna make our predictions. I'll go first. My gut is telling me Brianna, man. My gut is telling me Brianna's gonna win this fight.
Your gut be messed up sometimes.
I got IBS. I got a little something going on. I get the bubble guts every now and then. But I don't know, man. I think I'm gonna go. Yeah, no, I'm gonna name that. That's what I'm gonna, your gut be messed up. That's what I'm gonna name this podcast that. I'm just letting you know. Your gut be messed up. But yeah, so I think I'm gonna go with Brianna, man. I think I'm gonna roll the dice. I'm gonna go with Brianna.
What's making you choose Brianna?
The third round. How I see the third round playing out. I think how I'm seeing this fight play out is Brianna might be up by 2 points going into that third round. And then Katie turns it on. Brianna turns it on, and then it becomes can Katie make up the 2 point difference? You know what I mean? I look at it as I think like how I look at it is like Katie's going to be trying to make sure she doesn't run out of gas. You know what I mean? Like she does. She's like, yeah, okay, because she has fought in this, hasn't she?
I don't think so.
Katie?
Yeah, has Katie fought in this?
No, I don't think so. I think he's getting mixed up with some of the other girls.
No, I was just trying to. I was yeah, maybe so, but I was thought about like, wait, I don't think Katie has.
Nope.
Maybe no. Okay. Yeah. So part of me just kind of just thinks that that third round, Brianna being used to that third round, and I think that's going to play the part of where Brianna may pull away. Just does enough to keep Katie from closing the gap and winning.
I'm picking Katie.
I couldn't have guessed that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Man, I'm torn on this one.
So, what is the spread on this?
Yeah, what was the poll?
What is this? Oh,
wow.
67% shows Brianna over Katie. Oh, that's gonna be that's motivation if nothing else. That is motivation right there. Unless it was 3 people who voted.
67%?
Yeah, 67%. Unless it was 3 people voted, 2 people said Brianna, 1 person said Katie. Yeah, maybe that was what happened. But whatever.
Maybe it was 12. Maybe it was 12, Trav. It could have been 12.
It could have been a whole bunch of different numbers. But I don't know what made them. Why is it so lopsided? I'm shocked that it's this lopsided, to be honest with you.
As am I, to be perfectly honest with you.
Yeah, I'm shocked that it's that separate, but
I'm going with Brianna though. Also, I think being comfortable in the 3 rounds. I do think being active more and being out there more. It's one thing to be conditioned in the dojo, but to be in their live fighting full speed and going 3 rounds. I'm going to give it to Brianna this time, but not by much.
Wait. When was the last time Katie fought?
And Katie fought at Amerikicks.
I was about to say, I think she fought at America.
Okay.
Yeah.
She was one of the ones at Amerikicks.
Huh?
She was one of the ladies at Amerikicks.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. She was one of the ladies at Amerikicks.
Yes, she was. I was looking to see. I maybe I'll see if I can find those fights, but I want to see who fought who
in the open and in the divisions. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see.
Our insider didn't give us the scoop.
Nah, he did. He
failed miserably.
Well, he was preoccupied. All right, let's go to the next fight. It's going to be a continuous fight.
Yeah.
Between Mr. VFT himself, Kevin Muniz, versus this dude walking in off the street named Chris Walker.
He's a bum rock.
Is this dude. So I guess technically, Los, this is you're the next one.
Well, I guess my question is it point fighting?
No, sir, it's not point fighting. It is continuous.
Okay. Is it so? It's not grappling either.
No, sir, it's continuous. Light contact.
Is it full contact?
No, sir.
Is it full contact like kickboxing?
Well, it's light contact, so kickboxing with no knockouts.
So, but it's continuous though. So it's like. Right, so here's my thing. Yeah, here's my thing. Right. So I know Kevin has a lot of experience doing continuous. Right. When I look at the other guy over here, he does like point fighting. He does grappling. He may have done like full contact kickboxing, but that's different than continuous. Like continuous is a whole different animal and a whole different beast. And I don't feel that the person on the right, the Chris Walker kid, I don't know if he has enough experience in continuous. He may have experience in point, and he may have experience in a grappling, and he may have experience in like full contact. But when it comes to continuous, I think that, watching Kevin fight a few times already, I feel like his continuous level and his experience in continuous is going to probably outweigh Chris's ability to be continuous. So in this fight, it's gonna be hard for me to go against my all-star brother, but I think just the experience from Kevin and his continuous background is going to make it a little bit more challenging for Chris. Chris may be able to pull it off because, again, he's an all-star. He just comes where he comes from. He has the other background, all the other stuff, high-level competition and things like that, but not the continuous type competition. So I'm going to kind of probably put my – all right. I'm not going to go against my all-star brother, but if he lost, I wouldn't feel like, oh my God, Chris lost to Kevin Muniz, like, because it's continuous. And Chris don't do continuous like that. Like, you mean? So I'm okay with that because that's my man. I still love him. That's my dude. But I understand he don't do continuous like that. If it was grappling, no doubt. If it was point fighting, no doubt. If it was full contact, word. Like, it's a wrap. But I just don't know the continuous. Yes.
Kevin Muniz 6'2", bro. Chris
That's
Walker 5'7". That's 7 inches, man. That's 7 inches.
Listen,
15
the screen
pounds.
is so small right now. I can't, man.
You know what I'm saying? 15 pounds. He got 15 pounds on this dude, Chris Walker, man. He 10 years younger than Chris Walker, man. What are we talking about here in this fight? Why is this fight even? Kevin Muniz gonna wash this?
Listen, I could, Travis, I wouldn't say wash only because of just the level compared to.
You're right. I can't.
I wouldn't say wash, but
he
gonna
put it on. He gonna put that.
The age,
the weight.
Yeah.
I don't see a path for Chris Walker here. I'm trying to see
because he can't take him down. He can't knock him out.
Right. If they was on the ground, they the same height.
Going to stop and say point over here or point over there. They continuously watch the cumulative striking that Kevin's going to be doing, and like there's no one going to break it up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's no like break point over there, or you can't just like, you know, I know Chris is a fighter. He's a little bulldog, so he's gonna want to hit this dude to just knock him out, but he can't do it because he knock him out, he's gonna lose, and he don't want to lose.
Right.
But if he stays in there doing what he was gonna do, he's probably gonna lose anyway because the kid has so much more continuous fighting experience than Chris Walker.
Yeah, I see what you're saying there, Los. I see what you're saying there.
I mean, so if I'm gonna pick, I'm always gonna go with my brother. Like, you mean, I'm always gonna, you know, I would, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised. I'll what do you call that when you bet? Like you take the over or the under, but like you take the points. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you take the points.
On the spread.
Take the points. Like, yeah,
Just trying to cover the spread.
Anything you want to say? Anything, C-Walk?
I mean, I kind of agree with y'all, man. Old, I'm little. Like, I don't know, man. I'm just coming scrappy and ready to go.
I just feel
try my best.
I feel like Chris can't unleash his anger, because if he unleashes his anger, he could be disqualified. So that's not how the fight's supposed to be. Like, you can't. So like, even though he's old and he's little, he's bitter. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he can't unleash that when he will want to. Like, you know what I mean? So I'll be curious, man. It's gonna be a good one though.
Yeah,
I'll be on the edge of my seat for this one for sure.
True. Yep. I can't wait to call this. Yep. Can't wait to call it. All right, let's go.
What's the percentage? Wait, what's the percentage? What's the percentage?
All right, let's go to the percentage. The percentage is, oh my goodness, it's 92-8.
That's
I think
got
they
Chris winning by
switched.
knockout.
I think they got the colors.
They got it flipped.
Yeah.
They got it
It
flipped.
was one of those glitches to wherever you hit his name, it is like pushing it onto mine. I mean,
True.
I have some friends who have social media influence.
That's somebody. Yeah. You got bots up there.
He padded the stats.
We know people that do that.
Oh no! It was one. This one. See, this is what Trump been talking about. It's them voting machines they done did. Somebody done fixed it. They done fixed this election.
Oh, they rigged the election.
They rigged it. They rigged it.
Yeah, that works.
All right, let's go to the next fight. It is Team Benz Academy versus Team Diamond. We got Team Aaron Dorsonville and Josiah Noel for Team Benz, and we got Ronald Zabala and Dwight Bargainer for Team Diamond. Gentlemen, I think this is Chris's time to lead off about what he thinks this fight is going to be like, how it's going to go.
Again, like, it depends on how, for me, Trav, you touched on it a little bit last week. It depends on how the switch goes, who controls the send out, and it depends on how Dwight makes adjustments. I know the Benz Academy is always ready to rock. We've seen Aaron a few times. He's a good fighter. Again, same thing. He has good poise. He understands when to go and when not to go. So I expect Josiah to do the same. But Ronald has been really active in fighting at a really high level right now. So like, and then Dwight has been pretty active lately, but depends on which Dwight, decides to come out. Is it I'm going to be stubborn and fight my fight, or is it I'm going to make the adjustments and you can't touch me kind of ordeal? So it's interesting to see that, and then the flop with who fights back to back, because I think that will also make a big difference. I think more on one side than the other. Trav.
Hey, I'm sitting here looking at this. It's kind of interesting to see how close
they are.
Everybody is like these the tail of the tape. Like, with the exception of Dwight, they're all of them are 21 and under, 221s, 118. Then it's 165 and 130, both of them. They all 5'7", basically. It's just interesting to see how closely
everybody
tied.
is.
Yeah, kudos to whoever Jesse making this fight, because this looks like a very even matchup.
Yes.
What I will say is this: advantage honestly goes to Team Benz right now, because they they've been here. They've been in that ring a lot. This is Dwight's first time. Ronald has been there a couple times and fought inside of VFT. So technically, I would say the advantage kind of starts to lean towards Ben's Academy because they know what to expect. They get busy. So, but like we said, we always say it goes to who has to fight back to back. And for me, Dwight can't fight pretty. He has to fight, right? Like Dwight has a tendency to sometimes want to look pretty in the fight, like look cool and make somebody miss and do something cool. But if watching this fight, I think you have to stick to the basics to win this particular fight. One of the other things that is intriguing to me is that because everybody knows you have to fight back to back, and you don't know when you have to fight back or who's going to fight back to back.
Right.
That those first two rounds, that first round is going to determine a lot because they may be, I'm not going to say slacking, but like reserving something, right? And not knowing how hard to push their engine. Because some people will literally turn off the engine and be cruising and then so they can have a lot of energy for the next part. And some people know exactly, if I stay at 70 miles per hour or I'm staying at this particular through both fights, I'm good. Now I don't have to go up. I don't have to go down. Some people shoot their wad out in the first, go 120 miles an hour right at the beginning of the fight and start tailing off, and it drops down to about 50 miles an hour, and people start coming back on them. It's going to be interesting to see in that first round how whoever the first two people are, how they fight. So yeah, Los, what do you think about this fight?
I remember seeing the Aaron Kid fight. He's definitely a very good, aggressive fighter.
Yeah.
Got a lot of fighting spirit, energy, and everything. I don't know who the other kid is. I don't think I've seen him before.
He was there. He fought. He fought.
Did he?
Yeah, but Aaron's fight stood out in that team fight.
Yeah. Then Ronald. I don't think I've seen Ronald fight. Was Ronald? Did he do a couple of the other one, the other show thing?
Yep. He's
is
fought
that the same kid? Okay. All right. And then the Dwight is the brawler, right? The one that got to the big brawl at the other event there. Is that the same Dwight?
Yeah, the same Dwight.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know, man. This one to me, I can't really call it. Like the other two, Dwight and Ronald, sounds like they have more actual ring experience. Like you mean like actual tournament
they do
competition experience. Well, the other guys don't seem like they had that experience. Like their experience primarily seems to be Virtual Fight Tour, right? So I don't know which one weighs better for either team. So I think it's gonna be a good match, but I'm not sure which way I would go. I'll probably lean more towards the experience, but who knows?
What's interesting about it is because the Team Diamond is, if they come in expecting to win, Team Benz will beat them. Like sometimes you go to like a local event and you don't know who the local king is, and that local king gets in your butt. You got like, shoot, I got to actually fight this guy. This guy is actually pretty decent.
I got up 4-0. He got me with 2 kicks.
All right, wait, let me wake up. I can see that happening here if Ronald and Dwight don't take it seriously. Which is why I said Dwight has to actually not fight pretty, because Aaron and Josiah are going to cause a problem for him. They're not a slouch. They're not two slouches. So,
right.
Yeah. All right, picks, guys. Where we going with these picks?
I'm going with Team Diamond.
Yeah, you beat me to it. I'm also going with Team Diamond.
Well, see, here's the thing. I can't go against family.
We already
ain't
know.
That free. It's like a whole campaign to free this dude.
Huh?
Wasn't there a whole campaign to free Dwight? Wasn't like a whole like free Dwight? Free it was like a whole Detroit free Dwight type thing. Wasn't there a thing that was going on back in the day?
Well, they disqualified Dwight because he sidekicked the dude in the body, and they disqualified.
Okay, got you. Yeah, okay.
And it was like, wait a minute, like
you
there's a sidekick in the body, you get disqualified.
Yeah. I remember now.
Yeah. So that was the whole thing about that. But so yeah, I'm gonna go with Team Diamond. Ronald is TPK, so and Dwight's Detroit, so. Yeah, I'm gonna go there. It's Team Diamond. But it's kind of like, all right, I'm picking y'all.
It's not in the bag though. Like it's not. Like they got this. Like no. It's gonna be a fight, but I'm pulling for experience to pull it out towards the end.
Right.
And make the right adjustments.
I'm picking y'all. So who did? Let's see what the people said. The people said it is 57% to 43% Team Diamond, which to me is accurate.
A fair assessment.
I think that's fair.
But not a blowout.
Yeah, not a blowout.
But definitely a fight.
It's a fight, and I think
not
that just
surprised if the other team shows up and shows out. Not surprised.
Honestly, I would not be surprised if Benz won. I will say that I would not be shocked at all if Benz won. No. I'm just going to go here. I'm going with that.
Just like you guys said, just a little bit of experience playing out.
Yep. All right. So let's get to the main event, people. James Poor versus John Curatolo. James is 26, 155 pounds, 5'8". I'm not gonna say his nickname.
Fly.
Yeah, there you go. John Curatolo is 25, 139 pounds.
You wouldn't say the glove? That's what it says? His glove? That's the glove? His nickname's the glove?
No, it's not the glove.
What's that? I can't say it. What's that? I can't say it.
Chris, go ahead and say it.
Slime.
Slime. Oh.
Yep. There you go. All right.
And then John Curatolo, who's just known as John Curatolo. You can't just call him John.
Right.
That's his whole name.
That is right.
John Curatolo sounds like it's a car salesman. Like he should have like a car dealership. He should have a whole bunch of hot dogs or something.
I thought you were about to say
hot dogs.
I thought you were about to say he was he's a wise guy or something.
Nah, he should have a car dealership or something. Like you hold to Nissans.
All right. There we go. All right. So what do we think about this fight?
Who want to start? Who want to?
I think it's technically my turn. I think it's a good fight. I think it's a good fight. But only problem is 3 rounds, and you're a kicker that can wear you out. And John, but he's not a high volume, like just going around kicking it all over the place at all. So he will be fine in this fight. James is James, man. Hey, James is going to make John miss. John is going to. He's not going to chase James. But James is going to push to action on this fight. I think James is going to be the person who's actually controlling it, whether he is throwing techniques or his movements or his feet or anything like that. It's just the way it's going to go. You guys' assessment? Los?
I think James wants his moment of y'all must have forgot.
I can see that.
That's James. This is James's first virtual fight tour opportunity, right? Yep. We've had all these other lightweights come up in here and do what they do, say what they say, become who they become. I think James is kind of like, y'all must have forgot. and he just lost to Avery, which he wasn't too happy about. That he felt that he could have probably done better, or it could have turned out better for him. So I think James is on a different. I don't know John Cotola like that. Cotola, I say it right?
Cotola.
I don't know him like that, but I know James has got something different with him. There was a moment where James was like that dude that was watching, like, oh, this dude is putting people on fire. And I think he seems, from the last couple times I've seen him, and just his energy, what it looks like, he's ready to put himself back in that conversation again. And I think this has definitely helped get him out there. So yeah, it's gonna be a good fight. Again, I think the Nissan dude is gonna do well, but I think James is gonna step up.
Yo, Los came back on fire today. All right, Chris.
I'm gonna say this. My boy John Cotola can fight. That's like, John can fight.
He can. He's good.
Now, I think I agree with you, Travis, that James will dictate the pace of the fight and how the fight goes and where the fight goes. The thing I think is going to be counted out is John's ability to not play in to a lot of things. He is he's very still. He's very content with one shot, winning by one. He's very controlled into that keep it close and explode when needed mentality. I think if James gets up by 4 or 5 points by the end of going into the third round, I think it's going to be a very hard fight for John, because John's not naturally an aggressive go-getter, big point scorer. But I think if it stays close through the first 2 rounds, I know John has fantastic cardio, and James coming in not fighting 3 rounds is kind of one of the only questions I have for James.
That's a good point.
Because obviously James's ability to move, to score, to adjust, to come back, to do all that is up there with the best of the best that I've seen. Because like you said, Los, for a while there, James was that dude. Like, and having trained with James,
he was in that conversation.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Coming off of the battle in the Diamonds like that, and then who? You know what I mean? Like, and
not even just who, but how.
That was,
you know what I mean? Like, not even just that
dramatic effect in building for that story.
Yeah.
Cut me off. Bad edit. But no, absolutely, 100%. But like I said, 3 rounds. James making his debut back. What, Amerikicks?
Yeah, I mean, technically, yeah.
My
question, what's interesting to me about this is that you brought up a good point, Chris, of James and 3 rounds. I didn't think about that until just right now. Because James has a tendency to do extra stuff and use extra energy sometimes when he's fighting by him standing there, and then he'll do a little bounce or whatever, or angle or something. He'll do certain things that cause energy to be drained from you. So the question is, does he control that energy? Does he control when something doesn't go his way? Does he not lose focus in the particular match? Because Akin gonna look at him like he's crazy and probably say something to him about it. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out also. Whether or not, because Ak is going to be trying to get them, like, I'm not talking to you right now. And if James is not happy with one of the calls, he will say something to Ak. And Ak may say go, regardless of him talking to him. And it would be a free shot for John if he comes off that line. Or I can also see James making a quick adjustment right there in that moment while John's trying to take advantage of it, and James scoring. So this is going to be an interesting. I think this is going to be an entertaining fight to watch. I think it could be entertaining, or it could be very boring. I don't know. It could be both. It could be a very entertaining fight, or it could be a very boring fight.
I was just going to chime in and say the same thing, because it could be a lot of movement and faking and angling, and John just kind of sitting there, taking a half step back, taking a half step forward, taking a half step back, doing a kick, going forward, and then kind of that bait cat and mouse kind of game until one of them commits to something, or it'll be pap 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 pap.
I'm curious as to how this plays out.
I think, so, Chris, is John in Cortola?
What?
Where's he from?
Florida.
Is John from Atlanta?
Florida. John's from Florida, baby.
Florida boy. All right, so let's make our predictions. I'm going first. I'm going with James Poor to win it.
I'm going with James Poor because I would like to see him back in that space again. I really like James Poor. I like him as a competitor.
If James loses, he'll be back in VFT 11. Jesse will turn around. It would turn into how many times Ant had to fight. It would turn out to be something similar to that, right? I think at that point, it'd be like, because I can't see James being able to sit with that he lost. It would turn around and there'll be another fight for him. So it'll be interesting. So we'll go with that. So, Chris, your prediction. Which one you going? You going hometown or you going hometown now? Technically left.
This is a very tough call for me, but due to the level that James was able to get and that what I know the level of offense that he's going to be able to give, I'm going to go with James, but I'm going to go with James by a slight margin. But I am going with James as well.
All right. Real quick question. Out of all of these fights, what do you think will be the fight of the night?
Either this one or
I think that would have been the fight of the night. I could see the girls being a fight of the night too. I could see that team fight being a fight of the night as well. The Ben's Academy and A-Team ATL.
I think there's a lot of fights that can really do it though, because I think Diamond and Ben's can be, the other Ben's team can be. It all depends on lineups, matchups, and who's the hungry. Because I think there's a fuse and dynamite in every match. We just got to see if it sparks.
I know what fight isn't going to be the fight night. Yeah, I was going to say, we already know Kevin will smoke up on Chris. That's not even happening. That's not even be a fun fight.
That's not going to be close. I'm going to go with Benz versus ATL. I'm going to go with that one.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with that one.
I think it's going to be Brianna and Katie or James and John. I like James and John because I like the story behind it.
Yeah, I like James and John.
What was the age? What was the age in the two of them?
25 and 26, I believe. Let me go back and check.
Wow.
Yeah.
So even to me though, like when you look at that though, 25 and 26, like James just seems so much more like a vet. And they're the same damn.
I can see that. I can see why you say that. But John has been around for so long.
Yes.
So I never really
lightweight more consistently than I think anybody in a long time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He's
interesting.
Yeah. So
I think I could think that could be the fight of the night. I'm gonna go with that one for fight of the night.
Okay.
It's the end of the fight. It's the end of it.
Yeah. All righty. I think that's it. You got anything else, man, we need to talk about?
No, man. Looking forward to the card on Saturday, man. Get your tickets. BFTTV.myuventex.com. Hit them up.
All right, so we gonna bounce up out of here. I'm gonna lead with some Ja Rule, but I'm gonna lead with the song that for 2000 Super Grands I came out to for my world title fight. So
Dice are rolling,
6 feet underground.
the knives are out. With the present danger all around, I don't say they mean harm, but they each give an arm to see us 6 feet underground. See us 6 feet underground.
Give it to 'em. It's murder.
Yo, actually, we will see y'all this weekend at Progressive Fight Tour.
That's it.
Y'all get y'all tickets.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And you're gonna be in the house. Till next week, people, or well, till this weekend, we'll see y'all.